मान्य सभासदों, मान्य उप सभापति जी।
Namaskar to all. Now, Juvenile Justice, Care and Protection of Children Bill 2015. Now, on 22nd July 2015, Minister Srimati Maneka Gandhi had moved the motion but did not commence her speech. Now, if she would like to speak, now you can.
Sir, I don't want to speak for a long time. This is, I'm going to speak without reading anything, just a very short thing to tell you where the sticking point is. This is a very comprehensive bill. It has adoption in it, it has foster care in it, it has many, many things in it. The part that seems to have struck a problem is the proposed reduction from 18 to 16 years for the purpose of allowing a juvenile to go to jail if it is perceived that he committed a heinous crime with an adult mind. This is not a common or garden bill. This is a very nuanced bill. And I'd just like to explain to you, before you start the discussion, what it means. It does not mean that a 16-year-old goes to jail at all. There seems to be an oversimplification in most people's minds. What it actually says is, suppose a child commits a crime in the heinous category, which is murder, rape, some kinds of arson. Suppose he commits that. He will then go before, and he is under 18, he will go before a juvenile justice board. The board does not have police on it, it doesn't have lawyers on it, it has psychologists, it has social workers, it has experts. Their job is not to condemn him or anything. They will decide whether he committed the crime with an adult mind or a childish mind. For instance, to give you an example, if someone's father has been coming home every day and beating the mother and stubbing his cigarettes out on the child, and one day the child just gets up and has a fit of temper and he picks up a bottle and smashes it on the father's head, and the father dies. Is this a heinous crime? Murder is. But did he commit it with a childlike mind or with an adult mind? Obviously with a childlike mind. It's an unthought of, spur of the moment crime in retaliation for perceived injustice. Now, if the board decides that this child committed this crime in a childlike fashion, even if it is rape, for instance, he was committing it because he was being egged on by people older than him, as a bet, as something that might be perceived as childlike, he will get the benefit of the doubt and go in for 3 years into reform school, as the Nirbhaya boy did. If it is perceived that it was a thought out, adult, mature crime, for instance, last week, a little girl, age 7, was fed biscuits laced with drugs by 3 boys aged 16, who then took her to a field, kept her there for 3 days while repeatedly raping her. Now, this in no way would be constituted as a childish crime or committed by children. It has been thought of, it has been planned for, and it has been executed in an adult manner. Those 3 children, for instance, I'm sure the JJ board, in its wisdom, would decide should go into the adult system. Once they go into the adult system, please bear with me, this does not mean again that they will go to jail. The adult system, they are provided with lawyers, or should their parents decide, they can get their own lawyers. They're provided with the same access to justice as adults are. These children will then appear before court, and the court will decide whether they are to go in to an adult system or to a juvenile system. So again, they get a second chance. If, for instance, the court decides that they are to go into adult jail, even then they have the power of appeal as anyone else. High Court, Supreme Court. At the end of all these steps, if it is decided that they are to go to adult jail, They will still not be put into adult jail along with adults. They will be put into a children's jail, a Borstal. At the moment, a Borstal doesn't exist because no child has ever gone to a Borstal. But the system will create it. Once they go into Borstal, they will stay there. And please, again, listen. They will stay there only till they are 21 years old. If at the age of 21, there will be another check on them. And if that check decides that they have served their sentence, that they have now reformed, that we no longer need to have them locked up, they will be released. If it is decided that no, they're completely recalcitrant, they have learned no lessons, and they still are of that criminal bent of mind, then they will serve their full sentences, whatever they are. This is the bill. You cannot get more nuanced and more compassionate than this. Today, the whole of India is in a somber mood. We have the parents of Jyoti sitting here watching us. Why are they such special people that we listen to them? Not because, listen. Okay, maybe I shouldn't take names. Not because their daughter died, but because they sold their land to have her educated, which means that they're far-thinking, modern, good human beings. This is not, as a member of parliament so correctly pointed out yesterday, it's not a retrospective bill. We can do nothing about that young man. He will come, he will go his own way in life, and God willing, be a decent citizen after this, if it's possible. But it will stop a large number of boys who have got into this. The newspapers will tell you that this is the juvenile involvement in crime is the fastest rising segment of crime out of all crime. All police people that you talk to will tell you that children walk in every day into the police station and they say, "Humne ji qatl kar diya, humko JJ bhejo." My driver, the ministry driver, saved up for 4 years and bought a car, a small dinky little second-hand car. 3 months after he bought it, it was stolen. We contacted the police, and amazingly, the police found his car after a month, called him at 12 at night and said, "Come and see whether this is your car." So he went, and the person where the car was, the person who had stolen it was a 16-year-old. And there were 5 cars, motorcycles and scooters in the same compound. And the police said, "Iske saath kya kare? Ye to abhi bhi bol raha hai, JJ bhejo." So they said, "Hamare paas time nahi hai JJ ke मामले में." They made him sign a bond saying कि मैंने गलती की, मैं आइंदा से कभी चोरी नहीं करूँगा. The boy has been doing it with an older gang has been making him do this, and he has been doing it quite happily for the last 3 years. They're no longer even sending them to JJ. You have had the most telling part of this is that this boy was sought to be held further by the Home Ministry on the grounds that he had been radicalized by Kashmiri terrorists who are also in the children's home. हम आपसे ये पूछते हैं, what on earth were Kashmiri terrorists doing in a children's home? Has it occurred to anybody that those Kashmiri terrorists should not be in a children's home, but because they were 16 years old, they were put into a children's home? Now, are we going to make no differentiation? आप terrorist हो, murderer हो, rapist हो, कुछ भी करो, आप उसी home में जाओ और एक दूसरे को infection बढ़ा दो. I can't make separate homes for rapists, and separate home for young murderers, and separate homes for young arsonists, and separate home for young Kashmiri terrorists. I can't do it. They all go in together. Do we really think that these are children? You say let a child be a child, and I'm saying absolutely. But these children commit offenses against other children. We've had 6-month-old babies who have been raped by 15-year-olds. We have had 7-year-olds and 6-year-olds and 3-year-olds in this. Are we going to protect the victims, or are we going to protect the criminals? Now, it just makes people safer. Not that these boys will all go into jail. Maybe a very small percentage due to this bill. But it certainly will stop 16-year-olds from going into a thana and saying, मैंने जी झुग्गी को आग लगा दी है, मुझे जेजे में डाल दो. मैंने जी गाड़ियां 50 चोरी की हैं, जेजे में डाल दो. मुझे अपने पड़ोसी का बलात्कार कर दिया, मुझे जेजे में डाल दो. These are self-confessed crimes. And every police thana will tell you that they're abounding with self-confessed crimes because these 16-year-olds know that at the moment nothing can happen to them except a 3-year-old stint in a school, a reform school where they go to normal school, come back in the evenings, and when they finish this, they will get money from the state to start their lives properly. And what will their victims get? Nothing. You have to decide. This is not my bill. This is not even my government's bill. This bill was started by you, finished by us, but it is a matter of the whole houses. Nobody remembers who passes a bill. Nobody. Nobody will remember Maneka Gandhi or any of us. They will remember that a bill came in. And therefore, think about what you'd like to do. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very good. Thank you very much. Now, there are, you want to say something?
Sir, I'm not speaking on the merits of the Honorable Minister has rightly, neatly explained the intent of the bill and the registration. I just want to put it on record, sir, because...
Then 1 second. Then let me dispose this amendment. Amendment I have to dispose after that. I have to dispose of these amendments. There are 2 amendments by Sri Shandaram Nayak and Sri Derek O'Brien for reference to the Juvenile Justice, Care and Protection of Children Bill as passed by Lok Sabha to a select committee of the Rajya Sabha. Well, I would like to know whether they are moving. One, Shandaram Nayak, are you moving? Shandaram Nayak, not moving, not moved. Now, Sri Derek O'Brien, are you moving?
Is this the one dated 21st of December, sir?
No, no, I can't say the date, but this is the amendment to this bill to send to select committee.
No, not moving.
Not moving.
No.
You are not.
Because that is dated 8th
No,
of
no.
December.
No, contents
and
of the-
this is dated 21st of
No,
December.
contents of the
Right, sir.
motion
No,
is to
no.
send it to select committee.
No.
So you are not moving. Now, Mr. Minister.
Let there be no confusion. This government, after seeing the outrage and after proper application of the mind, has brought this bill before this August House. At the first instance on 22nd July, then 23rd July, then 27th July, then 28th July, then 30th July, then 31st July, August 3rd, 6th, 7th, 10th, 11th, 12th of last session. Again this session 8th, 10th and 11th. I just want to put this record straight because unnecessary debate is going on as if the government was feeling shy to bring this bill and all, which is not correct. This is a factual situation. I am not attributing any motives why the bill is not passed, who is responsible also. I have to place it on record. Up right here.
If you think that fits you, I am not saying so.
If you think that if you want to take the responsibility, I am the Parliament Affairs Minister. I got every right.
No, please.
So I think I remember.
Misri.
Sir,
No, sit down.
Sir,
No, sit down,
Sir.
sit down, sit down.
sir, what is this?
Sit down, sit down,
What is
sit down.
this?
No,
is,
why I
this
allow?
is a matter of fact.
He can
you disturb
speak.
the house and still
He is the
disturb me
Minister
also.
of Parliamentary Affairs. He can.
You don't have the courtesy to
Vipul
hear the
Thakur,
Parliament Affairs Minister.
sit down. Not
Yes.
going on record. Only
I
what
have
Minister
made a request
says
to the
goes.
chair and chair has allowed
No,
me.
Parliamentary Affairs
Rightly
Minister
so.
has a right to
So
speak. I allowed him. Sit down.
what I am suggesting to the House is, sir, is a very serious matter.
You want to get it passed.
That's what, sir. What I am suggesting is a very serious matter, agitating the entire country. There are various aspects to this. I do agree. There are various aspects to this, and bill cannot be applied in a criminal law with a retrospective effect. This also, unfortunately, people are not aware of the fact that this bill cannot have retrospective effect. That's a matter to be brought to the notice of the people through the August House. One, you may be knowing it. That's why, if you have stopped it, then I can't help it.
Okay, please. Please. Yes.
Sir, if they don't want to hear anybody,
No,
and if they want to stall like
You
this,
please
let
speak.
them do it.
You please speak. Now, please. Now, I have a problem to present before you. The BSc earlier allotted 4 hours to this bill. Now you know so much time is not our disposal. Therefore, since we have a discussion, let us decide on the time that we should use this bill. There was an understanding.
Yesterday, this bill was not on the list. Yesterday, it came on the list. Please, let's discuss this. Is 4 hours. If necessary, sit to 7 o'clock and get this. But discuss it. Let's discuss it. Why cut the time?
Let me say. Let me complete. See, no, that's what I'm saying. But however, I want to bring to the notice of the House that however, when it was discussed in the presence of chairman yesterday morning, there was a suggestion that the BSc time may be reduced to half. There was a suggestion. No, at that time, the leaders person more or less agreed to that. So if the House has no objection, we can reallot. No, let me complete. I am not imposing anything. I am only giving a suggestion. If the House agree, we can reallocate the time as 2 hours and accordingly members speak. So that bill will be passed earlier.
ऑनरेबल मेंबर इस पर जितना बोलना चाहते हैं, जब तक बोलना चाहते हैं, हम देर तक बैठेंगे. हमें ज़रूरत हुई तो हम 10 बजे रात 11 बजे तक बैठेंगे, 12 बजे तक बैठेंगे. इस पर चर्चा होने दीजिए, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है.
Okay. So for 4 hours. Okay, that is the sense of the House. I have no problem. Then I will start the discussion. Who is first?
इसके बाद जो है वो 3 बिल और है, हम सब उसको भी आज पास करें.
No. You, what is this? I suggested 2 hours, keeping in mind that also. Then you said discuss a bit late in the night.
That has been the custom of the House.
Ordinance we will take up. It is already accepted. Yes. In the chairman's meeting, it is already agreed to. No problem.